went the way of the Cal Bears. Utah's not faced Justin Wilcox yet as the head football coach of the Cal Bears because he's just in his second season. And Justin Wilcox joins us now here on the Bill Riley Show on ESPN 700. Hey, Justin, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Haven't talked to you since Pac-12 Media Days. So you win your first 4 games of the year. You've lost your last 3. Is there a pretty direct correlation to the quarterback situation there?
You want to keep everybody healthy, but injuries are part of the game, and it's our job to prepare the players, whether they're starters or second team or third team, to be ready to play when their time is up, and we got to be better across the board. So can't really cry over spilled milk. Things happen. We just got to keep improving.
Win or lose, you've been in every game this year. As you've gone from year 1 to year 2, where have you seen the biggest growth in your program?
I think the overall understanding of what the guys are asked to do. We need to perform at a higher level more consistently. We've had good moments here and there, and I think it's just about finding some consistency in performance and building our depth so when things happen that we can continue to play at a higher level.
Where do you feel like you're getting the most consistency right now, and then conversely, where aren't you getting enough consistency?
I think we've had moments on defense where we've played pretty well throughout the season. There's been a few drives that we would like to have back, but I think the guys are competing hard. We have some veteran players on that side of the ball and some pretty talented guys. Offensively, we're a little less experienced. We're banged up a little bit, and now it's guys who are playing more and more as the season's going along. We need them to step up and execute at a bit higher level so we can put some more points on the board.
Justin Wilcox is our guest, head football coach of the Cal Bears. When you take over a program, as you did a year ago, you've got to come in and you've got to put your stamp on it, and sometimes you've got to change the culture just a little bit, get them kind of all pointing in your direction. Was there a moment either last year or this year where you felt like, all right, it's taken now. These guys are now buying the message I'm selling?
I don't know if there's any one moment. I think the guys, since we've been here, have been eager to try to do what we've asked them to do. We have to find more consistency in our play, and that has to do with how we, go about everything, whether it's recruiting, development, strength and conditioning, how we coach them, how they operate on a day-to-day basis outside of football. I think that's the key for us, is finding that consistency and continuing to develop our roster. But I have never felt like the guys, there's a natural attrition that happens when you make change in a program, and we went through some of that, but I've always felt like the guys have tried to do what we've asked them to do for the most part.
Hey, Justin, sometimes, you get lucky when you step into a program and you inherit some guys that really buy in quickly, and they're pretty talented guys. It appears that Evan Weaver is one of those guys, and you've coached defense at a pretty high level at a lot of good places for a long time. What makes Evan Weaver so special and such a special football player? And does he have a comp to somebody you've coached in the past?
Yeah, that's a great question. And Evan, when we got here, was a defensive end. And I remember him in high school. He's from Gonzaga Prep up in Spokane, Washington. And we moved him. He was out of spring, and then we moved him in his first fall camp to inside linebacker. And he has the things that stick out to me are he's got a unbelievable passion for the game. He loves to play, and he competes really hard, and he's got really good instincts, especially in the run game. And so you combine those two with some good physical traits, and you got a really, really productive player. So Evan's come a long way in the last couple of years, just learning how to play the position and becoming more of a linebacker. And Peter Sermon has done an unbelievable job mentoring him, and Weaves, like I said, he loves the game, and he plays with a ton of emotion, and he's been extremely productive for us.
Is he a lead-by-example guy in all facets? Is he that workout guy in the summertime? Is he that guy in meetings? Is he that vocal guy? Is he one of those lead-by-example guys?
Yeah, he's definitely a vocal guy. I mean, he's got a big, big personality. He's an emotional guy, and he plays hard. He runs in the red, as I say. He's always right on that line, and that's a good thing. And he's learned how to manage that in the last couple of years, better and better. But what we never want to do is take his personality away, because it's a big part of who he is and how he plays.
You'd rather have that with most of your players, wouldn't you? You'd rather have those guys that run in the red, because it's a whole lot easier to dial guys a little bit back than it is to get them to go forward, right?
There's no doubt about that. I would take that any day of the week. And Evan's not perfect. Nobody on our team is, but the passion and energy that he plays with, and his intent to make every tackle, that's what you're looking for looking at a defender. And so I've been really excited for him and his growth as a player, and what he brings to our team, because he makes a lot of plays for our defense, and it's noticeable if he's not out there.
You had to play a true freshman. I know that wasn't probably ideal for you a week ago. Give me an idea of what Brash showed you, and I know you're in flux so far this week. You're not sure where it's going to go, which has to make preparations a little bit more difficult too.
Yeah, Spencer came here from Arizona, and true freshman, but he can throw the ball, and he's a really good natural passer. He's learned a lot in his short time here, and I'm excited for him and his future. And if Spencer's the guy this weekend, we'll have the utmost confidence in him because he can throw the football. It's going to take everybody, whether it's him or Devon Modster. It's going to take everybody. We have to protect at a much better level than we have recently. We've got to be able to get some things going in the run game, and we're going to have to win some one-on-one contested plays on the perimeter because the talent and skill and scheme of Utah's defense.
So give me your read. I talked to you about this summer when I sat down with you in Los Angeles, but now you're seeing it on tape and in action as a guy that's coached some pretty good defenses. What jumps out about Kyle Whittingham and Morgan Scalley's defense to you?
Yeah, extremely physical, front seven, very, very physical, hard to move, and got some really good players in there. And so we're going to have to, again, pick and choose our times and how we protect and how we, what runs are there. They don't give up much, and they play very aggressive. Their secondary plays man coverage as well as anybody in our conference that we've seen. And again, get in your face, a lot of bump and run, and then they'll mix up with their fire zones and a little bit of cover two to keep you off balance. But they're very aggressive. They tackle well, extremely well coached, and it'll be a great challenge for us.
Other side of the football, new coordinator this year. I don't know if you've ever coordinated against a guy like Andy Ludwig, but he's got a veteran group back with the quarterback in Huntley and Zach Moss and the wide receiving core, so they're a little bit more balanced than they've been in recent years.
Yeah, I think a lot of Coach Ludwig, I've known him a long time and competed against him a few times, I believe, and there's a really good balance because everything they do offensively has a complement, whether it's the fly motions in the run game or the play action game or down the field, the quarterback runs, they complement. Their offense is very complementary. They got really good players doing it. With the quarterback and the backs and the O-line is very, very big and physical. The tight ends are involved. Receivers are making plays down the field. So they've done a really nice job schematically and doing it with some good players.
I think, again, this changes week to week, but, you've seen probably three of the best four teams maybe in the league already in Washington, Oregon, ASU, especially those teams in the North. This league, though, outside of maybe the top two teams, kind of changes on a week-in and week-out basis. What's been your impression of this conference or the conference this year, Justin?
Well, I think you hit it. I mean, every week it's a battle, and anybody can beat anybody. There's some great environments, and I think people are all battling through, making, you're trying to keep your roster healthy and also keep improving throughout the season. You're always riding that line, and there's some excellent football teams, excellent coaches, and I think it speaks to the parity and the balance in the league and how well coached the teams are and the talent of the players. And we're going to see a really excellent one this Saturday.
Hey, I appreciate you taking a few minutes with us here in Salt Lake City today. Have a good week of practice. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thank you.